Hey friends! Today's topic will be about Priest, which deck lists are the best for the meta, budget lists, how do you want to build your deck around and adjust it for the meta, and stuff like that. We make all of the Priest decks together on Twitch, so make sure to check my Twitch out and my Twitter where I post all of the awesome deck lists. So let's get on to building, right? So we have two versions of priests. The one with Divine Spirit and Inner Fire, and the other one that doesn't use that package and relies more on the removal. So we'll start off with the unusual version of the priest that I used to reach legend this season. I mean, I'm starting with it because I'm so proud of it. My challenge was to reach legend without Inner Fire Divine Spirit, and I had lots of fun this season. I reached it on day 7. So yeah, it was a really fun experience. Northshire Clerics are usually really good, but if you're going for the value, then you don't really need them that much. At least I run one in this version. Otherwise it's just about it is about having two of those. This time we don't really need them that much. Power Shield pretty much a must in every single priest list. Potion of Madness, great card. Sometimes it doesn't work out that well, so we kinda just we can decide whether we want to run one or two of those, though usually I run two. We had Radiant Elementals, great synergy with most priest decks. Shadow Visions, it's a great card. I would run it in every priest list. I just wouldn't change it for anything. So we want removal. And here is the key thing and the difference between Inner Fire Divine Spirit and the one that doesn't use it. The more controlish style version kinda wants to run these Shadow Words, while one that runs Divine Spirit Inner Fire doesn't. So we have double Shadow Word Pain and double Shadow Word Death. Double Curious Glimmerroot, since you want to go for a value, and that's one of the reasons. Look at this. Look at this value. Curious Glimmerroot, we generate more cards to our hand from the opponent's deck, not from ours. So we have double Crystalline and double Curious Glimmerroot. This is a great card, but if you're going for the value and controlish style of play, you don't always want to run it. So in this version we won't be running it. So yeah, some of my versions use Okinai and Circle, but this is not the one. We will be talking about it later, no worries. Priest of the Fist, just a must. It's great. You want to heal up against so many decks, aggressive decks or the Burn Mage, when you play Priest of the Fist after Alexstrasza, most of the time. Lyra, please craft her. Please craft her if you want to play Priest. I'm just gonna say, people sometimes ask me like, can I change Lyra for something or stuff? No, just craft her please. Not only that she's great and makes Priest quite good in Angora, it's just that you're gonna have tons of fun with her. Amazing card. An amazing design. In this version I'm running Cabal Song Stealer, and it's one of the techs that worked out pretty well for me, especially in the Paladin meta. So if you want to counter them, play Cabal Song Stealer. Holy Nova is usually not that good, not that great, but you can consider running it. In the controller style you want to have double Dragonfire Potion. And Cabal Shadow Priest is not something that you would really want to run if you want to go for some Kazakus list, but even that list isn't working out that well. But oh well, if you want to have fun, add Cabal Shadow Priest to your Highlander Priest. Otherwise, right now, it really feels slow to play her. These are another cards that you can consider in the value priest, and that's the catch, because some versions of it run Medivh. I do think that it's quite slow, and I'm not saying that it's bad, I'm just not a fan of it. So Free from Ember is just not something... if you want to run this card, you run it in a Medivh deck. It just feels too slow. If the meta that you are facing is quite slow, you can consider it. And also Mind Control, if you don't want to run Medivh, you can run Mind Control. I mean, you can run it with Mind Control if you're feeling super greedy. But yeah, you can run one Mind Control, and I'm gonna be talking about late game cards as well. So from the neutral package, this is the card that I love in Priest. I'm gonna mention that I don't like Dirty Rats in Priest. I'm not a fan of them. I've seen some lists running it, especially now that Quest Rogue is not popular. I mean, it's just out of the meta, it's not being played. I don't feel the need to play Dirty Rats. So yeah, we have that. There we go, Wild Pyros. They're awesome. Play them, especially in the token meta. I mean, if you're going for this kind of a deck, you want to run them. From 3 drops. Now, Acolyte of Pain is something that you would like to run in a priest, in a Silence Priest most of the time, otherwise you just don't feel the need to run it, right? Gluttonous Ooze is the thing that I run. I prefer it over Harrison. You can play it earlier, and yeah. Harrison Jones is awesome as well. I just prefer running Gluttonous Ooze. So yeah, definitely great in a weapon heavy meta, and we are facing one, right? At all ranks. We will face a lot of classes with weapons. Cabal Courier is the thing that I like. I want to add some value, and yeah, it's a pretty good card. It's saved me many times, and it's tons of fun to play, so why not? I do run one though, one is quite enough. Another things that will save you from pirates most of the time, I prefer running Dark Reaper over Golakka Crawlers. Since 3 mana 1/5, it just works well in Priest. And I run one. So yeah, this is the thing that you would like to run as a one-off, over running 2 Cabal Couriers and stuff. Against Aggro Druid, Pirate Warrior, just name it, and yeah. It's a good card after all, right? It works well in a Priest. Not many 4-drops. We also are running Elise. Please craft her if you want to play Priest. I mean, I'm just gonna mention that you can get extra packs after you play Elise and then play Shadow Visions. You can get some packs. Just a great thing that you want to do. And you're gonna have lots of fun in your games and win many of them because of her. So yeah, great card. Run it in Priest. If you want to play Priest, have Elise and play Lyra, please. They're a must, in my opinion at least. So yeah, we have Dragonfire, we have that, and this is the part when we come about one card that will be specially tagged for the meta, and I'm not saying that that you need to run it in your deck. I will list the choices that you can complete this deck with. I'm running one Black Knight. And yeah, many people will be skeptical about it. It really worked well for me against so many decks, and it especially if you're facing many paladins, run Black Knight. If you're facing a lot of control paladins, only control without murlocs and stuff, you can consider Mind Control instead of it. So yeah, that's the catch. You can run Black Knight, you can run Mind Control, and you can run one weird card that I used until rank 2, but it was kind of frustrating for me because it didn't work well all the time. It is a good card in Angoro, and it's Yoxaron himself. When you're at rank 2 and going for legend and you lose the game because of him, it's not something that you would really like to experience. It can be quite frustrating. Otherwise, until rank 2, I used Yogg instead of Black Knight, and it worked kind of well for me. Yeah, I do like him, but then he failed me a few times, so I just went for a Black Knight and BAM! Easy legend. Worked great for me, so you can consider Yogg, Black Knight, or Mind Control. Or something else that you feel like running. Let me know if you have some good idea about it. Otherwise, this is kind of a control-ish style priest that you would like to play. So yeah, we have lots of value and lots of removal. Control priest, great for against many decks except against Jade Druids. So yeah, let's head on to other versions of priest that we would like to play, and they consist of Inner Fire and Divine Spirit package. I will start with my own priest that I call Titan Priest, and I achieved great results with it. So let's start making the deck. We have double circle of healings, and that's kind of interesting. If you want to get that old school feeling to your priest, you can run the circle of healing and the Okinaze, and they actually work pretty well. We have double Inner Fires, we run double Clerics, and I'm pretty sure that you should run double Clerics in all priest decks that consist of Divine Spirit and Inner Fire. Double Potion of Madness, sometimes you can even use it to steal their minion and even buff it with Divine Spirits, Inner Fires, and get lethal. Otherwise you just use it to trade with their own stuff. Double Power Shield, not much needed to explain, as well as for Divine Spirits. Radiant Elementals, just awesome. Double Shadow Visions. Double Cabal Talon Priests, just great in these decks. No need for Shadow Words in Divine Spirit Inner Fire package. As far as I'm concerned, you don't need to run them in any version of them. I am running these too. Double Priest of the Fist, awesome. Awesome stats, awesome effect for the meta. Just great. Lyra, of course. No need for Holy Novas again. One Dragonfire Potion is fine to be discovered, since we aren't completely relying on Inner Fire Divine Spirit package if we are playing against aggro decks. And this is the version that runs one Dragonfire Potion. It might feel weird, but trust me, it's a great for this deck. Because I call it Titan Priest. It's quite unique. It's quite unique, and it's achieved. Play this deck if you want something fresh, because you will have one great card in it. Trust me, and you're getting to it. We have double Pyro. I mean, they're just awesome in Priest. Cheap spells, awesome removals against tokens. We're running double Dark Reaper, great stats, great synergy with Divine Spirits and Inner Fires as well. So let's add 2 of those. Click, click. I added Okinai. We're also running one weird card here. I don't know what you could switch with it, but I just like running this Makla Tyrant of Vale, and it adds a lot of synergy to Pyro, Priest of the Fist if you want to heal it, to Lyra as well, or just buff your minions more. It is a cool card for this deck. If you don't want to run Makla, you just, you know, you can jam in an Elise. I like running Makla in it, so yeah. Elise is great as well, so if you don't want to run Mukla, add Elise. And it also buffs one more card in the deck. And it's this guy. Our red button. If a lot of things go wrong, just play it, bam, win the game. And don't be afraid to play it on turn 10 as well. I actually had some quite interesting moments where like I was streaming and I was like, okay, this priest versus priest game is going kinda weirdly, and you know, let's just jam a Yogg, and Yogg won me games that way so many times. It gives you that it gives you that weird feeling of happiness, unique feeling of happiness. I can't quite describe it, but yeah, Yogg is great in this list. So if you want to run Yogg and Priest, the previous version or this one is just great. I just like running Yogg and Priest. If you want to change Yogg for something, just go for... I'm not sure what you should play here instead of Yogg though. I leave it up to you. I'm really not sure. I like Yogg in this list, that's for sure. In the previous one, we could substitute Yogg for something. In this one, I really like it. If our plans do not succeed, Yogg is there to help us. Bam! Let's get on to Silence Priest. Even though that priest is not that much fun to play, you can still have some fun. If you haven't played it before, I suggest you do. And it's quite friendly to players who don't want to spend too much dust on priests. And yeah, it works kinda quite well, and it excels against Jade Druids and the mages. You can also have some tech cards, but it doesn't leave you much room for it. So we run double Silence, double Inner Fire, double Clerics. Pretty much staple in the Silence Priest. Double Potion of Madness. See? That's the plural of Madness, Kappa. Double Shields, double Divine Spirit. Double Radiant, double Shadow Visions, one Purify. I'm showing you the version that I used to reach top 50 on the ladder. Many people did use it and they had quite success with it. Quite a lot of success. Double Cabal Talon Priest. We don't run any Shadow Words here. Okay, no, nope. We used it in the previous version. Priest of the Feast, of course. Actually, I'm not running Priest of the Feast. My bad. I'm running Lyra, one Holy Nova, and that's it. My tech choice is Holy Nova, and it can save you from aggro druids. It works quite well against them. So yeah, pretty much sure that nobody runs a Holy Nova in Purify Priest. The only priest deck that I'm using Holy Nova in is Purify Priest. It has some synergy, that's for sure. And we don't have any Dragonfire potions and stuff like that, so yeah, let's head on over to neutral cards, where we run one Wild Pyro. Since we are not totally obliged, we can also run this, by the way. This one or the other crab. The Hungry Crab. So consider running Golak or Hungry Crab if you want to switch something for Holy Nova, or something of your preference. You can actually even add one more Wild Pyro. So yeah, those are the techs you can consider for the meta in Silence Priest. Otherwise, just go for Holy Nova and that's great. We have one Pyro. I think that one is quite enough. You don't need to run more than one. You run double acolyte. We also run of course, the watchers. I mean the silence material. You have the faceless shamblers ×2. I like running them in the silence priest, that's for sure. I've seen some lists not running them. I'm a fan of them though, that's for sure. You can consider the Dark Reapers instead, but I do think that faceless shamblers are just much better. When you connect them, it just, you know, game on. If it's a really good value received out of it. Even as a 4 mana 4/8 that you can use on a plant. I mean Razor Leaf. We have two humongous Razor Leaves. Did they add the Acolytes? Yeah, this is the list that is running Acolytes. You can actually even consider, if you want to have some fun, you can test running Elise. So yeah. No need for owls. We have Lyra, Holy Nova, and yeah, that's it pretty much. So this is pretty much how Silence Priest should look like. I do think that one Purify is enough. You can try double Purify lists, but yeah. The lists are quite, you know, are not too expensive. They're quite cheap most of the time. So yeah, see? We're running Lyra in every priest deck. So definitely Cracker if we want to play priest. It kinda even makes a priest, one of the factors that's making priest viable since Angoro is Lyra. So yeah, and if they don't answer it, it's pretty much game over. So yeah, such a great card. Now let's head on to Dragon Priest. Actually, many people, when people just say Dragon Priest, they assume it's the deck list that doesn't contain Inner Fire and Divine Spirit, but I actually prefer playing the Inner Fire Divine Spirit list in Dragon Priest than the regular one. But I will be talking about the ordinary one first. So yeah, we're running double Clerics, card draw, double Powered Shields, double Potion of Madness, Radiant Elementals. Not much, there isn't much fun stuff. I mean, definitely for the opponent. Especially when they hear the Secret Agent coming through. Oh boy. Double Pain, double Death. The 3 spot is quite flexible. I actually use Cabal Talon Priests. You can consider running Curious Glimmerroot instead, or the Dark Reapers. So yeah, this spot is quite flexible. I will show you just my version, and if you feel like changing something for it, as I said, go for Curious Glimmerroot, double Cabal Tripper, one of each, or healing potion, or just add one potion of greater potion of healing, which is pretty good against mage, in case something goes wrong. This one. Let's get on to Priest of the Feast. Definitely a must in Priest, in Dragon Priest. We don't have that much healing, so yeah, it can work pretty well. It's just great in pretty much every Priest. Sometimes not that great in Silas, but oh well. I don't run Lyra since I feel like we already have enough value. I'm actually just running Elise in this version. If you want to run Lyra, that's totally fine. So run her or Elise or double. Depends what your preference is. You're not gonna make a mistake about that, but sometimes it can feel quite greedy, and that's one of the reasons why Dragon Priest isn't that good in my opinion. It will definitely crush slower decks, but it can definitely struggle against aggro. So yeah, run either Elise or Lyra or both. Choose your personal preference. I do prefer playing Divine Spirit Inner Fighter if I play the Dragon Priest, though I don't play that much. I'm just showing you my version, and yeah. We have Clerics, okay, we added that. We have Dragons in Dragon Priest. Thinking. I run one Wild Pyro. That's a Dragon Shot. Nether Spidey Victorious. If you want to play Dragon decks, play this card. If you don't have it, don't play Dragon decks, unfortunately. But I hope that all of you have it. Bookworm is, you know, kind of awkward a bit. And I actually prefer discovering it. I actually talked in my previous Warrior video how actually I don't like this card in the meta. So I actually don't run it. I just run double Primordial, and I run one Dragon Fire Potion. Yep, that's my rule for dragons. Dragon Priest, run one Dragon Fire Potion. And another meta choice is Gluttonous Ooze ×1. This is kinda how you would like your Dragon Priest to look like. Great against slower paladins, mages, slower decks and stuff like that, but overall Dragon Priest can be great, it can struggle as well, so yeah. If you want to play Dragon Priest, this is how your list you would like to look like. So yeah, kinda okayish. Let us switch on to the Inner Fire Divine Spirit version of it. Oh boy. So yeah, I used the Inner Fire Divine Spirit version to get Legend. Not this season, but one of the previous ones. I'm not sure which one of those. Give me a second. I did use it actually to reach top 100 as well. So yeah, of course we have double Inner Fire, we have double Clerics. We are not using Shadow Words. Double Shields, double Divine Spirit, double Radiant Elementals. People usually don't run Inner Fire Divine Spirit in that package. I think it's pretty good. A double Cabal Talon Priest. It will work much better in this dragon version than in the previous one. No Shadow Words. I don't have anything. I'm not running these ones. That's kinda an interesting decision, but if I want to fit everything, I decided I should just get rid of the Priest of the Fists, so I can go over to my Inner Fire Divine Spirit plan against mages. And your plan is to pop them as soon as possible and get their stuff with Draconid Operative and stuff like that. I mean, these two are just insane. Broken cards. So yeah, Plating Constructed, of course. If you want to play Dragon Priest. Added this, alright. Head over to neutral cards. Dragon! Double Nether Spite, double Twilight Drake, it can work really well in this deck. Double Primordial, great stats, great effect. You just need to get to turn 8, of course. So yeah, in this version I do run Bookworms because they just can't be bought. We don't have Shadow Word Pains. I do run Bookworms, not a fan of them, I repeat. But yeah, and they're kinda fine for this version at least. So yeah, we found a place for them. I don't run Ysera. Great stats for buffing. Our plan is not to get to value point, we just want to finish our opponent kinda a bit faster. So yeah, going for Ysera is not our plan. You can consider running her, but I'm not sure what I would switch for her. I also run double Tar Creepers. Because yeah, Inner Fire, Divine Spirit with them is just, you know, clutch. And I do run one Dragon Fire. I actually added. What am I missing? Give me a second. Oh, of course. What was I thinking? Lyra with Divine Spirit and Inner Fire. My bad. I was like, oh my god, which dragon am I missing? Then I remembered, whoa, I do run Lyra here. Yeah. See, in this version of Priest, you would like Lyra. In the previous one, you would like Elise. The previous one goes for value. This one goes for the combo of Divine Spirit, Inner Fire, or just... I mean, Lyra gives us value as well. So yeah, but she's much better in this version, that's for sure. So yeah, you can even buff her with Divine Spirits, Power Shields, Inner Fire, and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the part with the Dragon Priest. I will add one bonus thing that if you want to have fun and play another old god in your priest, it's gonna be Enzot Priest. The version that usually just want to play for fun, though I did climb to rank 5. So consider this deck as a bonus deck. If you want to have some fun, you can even climb with it. Give me your opinion. Enzot Priest is not a tier 1 deck. Whoa, who would have said? But it's definitely fun to play. So I am actually running Circle of Healings in this deck, and this is the version that I've been playing. I do prefer running Loot Hoarders over Crystalline Oracles, so we can have room for everything. This is the version that I actually run Embrace the Shadow as well. We have these ones, we have Shadow Visions. We don't use... yeah, in this version I'm not running Shadow Words. That's kinda one of my things, that I rarely run actually Shadow Words, except in the Value Priest, but yeah. I run one Cabal Talon Priest, and I do run double Okinoi, as well as Priest of the Feast ×2. I also run one Shifting Shade, double Tortolan for sure. This is the card definitely that you would like on Enzo turn. Having a taunt on Enzo turn is a big deal. I mentioned that yesterday, I'll repeat it. That bears repeating. Having taunts on Enzo turn is the thing that you really want. Lyra, hello. One Cabal Song Stealer, it can be quite good in the meta. One Dragonfire Potion, we have double Loot Hoarders. I actually really prefer drawing cards over getting value. There we go. I do run one Wild Pyro unit. There we go. So yeah, that's it kinda. What am I missing? I'm missing Elise, Enzot. This is the best card for Enzo decks. Oh boy. Right, Enzot, we're gonna miss one card again. Oh yes. We're running Blood Mage Thanos as another card draw, and on Enzot turn you kind of want to play Enzot for value, for tempo as well, because it will resurrect a lot of minions that draw you more cards, and actually Enzot performs better against faster decks, so that's kind of one weird thing. People would like go for Enzot, yo, look at this value. But actually in this deck, we drew a lot of cards, got to Enzot, play it again, draw more cards, get to removal, get to our stuff, continue. We get the value from Elise and Lyra, so yeah. It's quite a fun deck to play, so I definitely suggest you giving it a chance, if you feel like it, of course. So yeah, that's the last priest deck that I will be presenting. Let me know what you think. Those were the lists, my opinions, my suggestions. Don't forget to trust your own gut in deck building, and yeah, cool stuff. Thank you for watching. Check my Twitch and Twitter. We make stuff there together, and I pretty much everything that I created was done on Twitch. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.